Okay, it's been a while and I've recorded this many times. I can't seem to get the words right no matter how much you look at the script. So I'm going to be going a little bit off script here, and if it affects the quality, well, I'm sorry, but it's like 3 days till New Year's and I really need to get this out there. Now, this household I grew up in was not a Nintendo household. Finding a good third-party game was tough because I played a lot of Genesis, and well, back then the third parties weren't even touching Sega because they were afraid of risking the relationship with the big N, so they kind of stayed away. So playing like a good third-party action game was kind of tough, but they were out there for the Genesis, and my most favorite one was Valis 3. I played this game to death. It had a level of story and depth that I have not seen in any game before, before at that time. And for the most part, I just thoroughly enjoyed it. As years went on, I found a job. I started going to retro shops and buying up, old school retro consoles. And to my surprise, when I picked up a Duo, I found this version, and like in this bundle that this guy had. He was selling his Duo, and this happened to be included with a bunch of games he was selling. And this is how I came across this game. I was not aware of this game existing. I just thought that Valis 3 was only on the Sega Genesis, and that was it. But I was like flabbergasted to find out that there was a Turbo CD version of this game.
Why do you do something like that?
Hey, ask your sword, Yuko.
Now in Valis 3, you play as Yuko, the holder of the Sword of Valis, who is tasked with stopping Ramses from invading the dream world and Earth. With the slice of her sword, she can launch an energy blade that can reach distant enemies. She can also use elemental magical attacks if you ever find yourself in a tough spot. However, Yuko isn't the only one available. After you rescue her, Char is also selectable by pushing select. Her attacks are, as you can see, different, but also very similar to anyone in the Castlevania series. She uses a fast cracking whip that could dispatch enemies much quicker than Yuko. However, her reach isn't very far. She's better suited for close quarters combat. Also, her magical attacks are different. Valna's the last character you receive after you rescue her from the crystal. Her attacks are, well, they reach pretty far. It has the longest reach out of any of the three characters. However, the projectiles she uses are pretty weak and require a couple of extra hits in order to dispatch enemies. Although I do have to state, her magic, although different, is probably the most effective out of the three selectable characters. Movement is pretty standard, not too slow but not fast either. It keeps things at a steady pace. Jumping feels solid, so platforming isn't hard at all. However, if there are some locations or spots that you can't quite reach with your jump, you can easily slide to the next platform. Power-ups are obtained by destroying these red crystals, They reveal a variety of items, such as green crystals that could refill your magic meter, hearts that could refill your health, and a variety of swords that increase the power of your attack, not to mention the occasional one-up here and there. Graphics here look pretty good. The sprites are colorful and well animated, definitely a notch above other games of that era. Though if I have to say anything bad about the graphics, it would be the backgrounds. I give it that they are varied and they look amazing with a lot of detail and a lot of color. But the thing I'm referring to is the lack of parallax scrolling. Now, I get it that the Turbo Grafix has issues in this area, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. Gates of Thunder and Lords of Thunder actually did a pretty good job in this aspect. Still, overall, graphics are top-notch for what it is. Now, if there's one thing I definitely like about this game, it would be the cutscenes. They're well drawn and add a lot of personality to the game. Though some scenes look pretty small compared to others, I like them all the same. The one thing that's kind of a big detraction would be the voice acting. Yeah. It's not the greatest. It's actually pretty terrible. In comparison to what was done in Japan, the North American voice acting just plain sucks. Here, have a listen.
And the dream world. Then what will happen to all the people on Earth and the dream world? He intends to kill them all. He is killing everyone in the dream world as we speak now. Oh my God.
Are you Rogueless, who was killed by Yuko with the sword of Valis?
Indeed.
If you obey me, you'll have another chance to do battle with Yuko.
There is something I want to ask.
What's that?
I really don't think your true purpose is to save the people of the spirit world. Am I correct?
You're very perceptive for a dead man. You're right. I'm really after the sword of Valis. I already have the sword of Lassus. Together with the sword of Valis, I can defeat even the gods. Who do they think they are, testing me with the black hole?
So yeah, there you have it. Voice acting back in 1990, let's see, 93. Yeah. Now, you're probably guys saying, don't knock it too bad. It was early in CD development. No. Popful Mail was released a year after this, and that has much better voice acting. Games on PC had much better voice acting. You would think a large company like NEC would at least shell out the cash to hire professional voice actors. And I'm not saying that these guys did a terrible job. I don't know what kind of instructions they gave these guys, but the voice acting kind of ruins the cutscenes for me. It would have been better if they could have just added in a layer of foreground graphics and used a, subtitles or something. That probably would have been cheaper than hiring new voice actors. Alas, this is what we got, and that's it. I don't know what to say. The voice acting is kind of garbage. music is top notch, and well, as for a guy who's played the Genesis version a lot back in the day, I totally love these renditions. The Red Book audio offers a level of quality that's not available on cartridge. They're upbeat, hip, they just sound great. But I do have one criticism. These tracks sometimes don't match the level you're in. You'll be like in a dreary desert or graveyard, only to have like this upbeat music playing. I wish they could add in more tracks, something that can match the background, but in the end, it's pretty good. It's all fine. And there you have it, guys. Valis 3 on the Turbo CD. I gotta give this game a B. It's an excellent game, loads of fun, lots of action. The voice acting could use some little work, but yeah, it's an excellent game. There's some tough parts though, especially this one area where I was jumping from pillar to pillar. I think I showed it in a video. You know, I was jumping from pillar to pillar, freezing the enemies. Yeah, that section right there took me like around 3 to 4 days to figure out. So you could expect sections or areas like that in the game, but that's the nature of retro games. They were always tough like that to begin with. Still, you'll have lots of fun playing. However, it's hard for me to recommend this game, and I'll tell you why. While making this video, I discovered that there was a Valis trilogy in Japan for the Nintendo Switch. And it got me thinking, buying that collection right there is only $60 plus shipping. Buying this game here, this Turbo CD copy here, costs over $150. So yeah, it's tough for me to recommend this particular game, at least this particular version, because of the price. If you're a casual guy and you want to play the game, then I would recommend you import the Japanese collection, or better yet, wait till limited run. I discovered that limited run will be releasing the collection stateside, like I think next year. I think pre-orders start like in January. But if you're a big time Turbo CD collector and you want to get this game, so yeah, be prepared to spend around $150. And I'll be honest, it's an excellent game to add to your collection. Anyway, this was Knockout 21. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And like always, have a good one. Take care, guys.